It's dangerous. We're good in a barroom brawl, this band, you know.
Do you recall those days fondly, or do you not barely recall them at all? I mean, when you guys first started out and...
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, we talk about, you know, you have a million stories, and you talk about it and laugh about it and, you know, cry about it occasionally. And I mean, Australia's a big place.
What's going on?
Yeah.
How are you?
Very well, mate. How are you?
I'm doing very well, mate. If I may.
Mate.
If I may call you mate.
For sure.
You're on a little break. You guys haven't toured in a little while.
Yeah, we haven't toured for about 3 or 4 years, but, you know, I want to take some time off and do the right thing and,
right.
You know, just relax and get back into it. And then, you know, it's suicide to do this, of course, but... You know.
Now, why do you say that? Suicide.
That's just really, you know, these days, it's like Warhol was wrong. It wasn't 15 minutes, it's like 5 minutes. Do you
feel the fame slipping away from you when you're not performing? Do you feel it a big difference in your life and in the reactions to you when you're not performing?
Yeah, a little. I mean, yeah, sure, in different ways. I mean, when you come back from tour, it's a bit strange. I mean, we just done 4 months in Europe and 2 weeks here in California, and then we'll come back into the East Coast. But yeah, you sort of start pacing at about 8 o'clock every night when you finish 2 years of touring and stuff. And people are, why are you pacing? What are you doing? And oh, yeah, I'm not on tour. That's right. You know.
That seems like a very difficult adjustment. You're playing in front of 100,000 people. And you're in tremendous control.
Okay.
All right, let's say it's a festival to help people who are hungry.
A big bar.
It's a huge bar, but you're playing in front of an enormous amount of people, and then you're sitting at home and you gotta take care of, I mean, you have a family, you have to do regular family things.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I like the difference.
Right.
It's the madness of that.
Tougher in the early days, though. I mean, 20 years ago when you guys were first starting out.
Yeah, well, 5 years in the pubs in Australia, they're not like English pubs. They're, you know, tiled, and they hose them out at the end of the night, and it's macho stuff.
That was my job.
Yeah,
I was the guy at the end of the show.
That was you.
Hose out the tiled pub.
It's dangerous. We're good in a barroom brawl, this band, you know.
Do you recall those days fondly, or do you not barely recall them at all? I mean, when you guys first started out and...
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, we talk about, you know, you have a million stories, and you talk about it and laugh about it and, you know, cry about it occasionally. And I mean, Australia's a big place, so we used to drive from Sydney down to Melbourne. It's about a 12-hour drive, 6 of us in a car with guitars sticking out the windows, you know, for one show, and then come back again and, you know.
See, wasn't there something, you know, people always romanticize those days as being much more pure than, you know, being sponsored by a beer company and
exactly.
Out and doing, you know.
They were. No, they were. It was much more innocent. It wasn't as much money. I mean, when we started, our record company was in a little shack, you know, and now it's a giant, you know.
Right,
office.
And you helped build that giant office.
That is I go around occasionally and steal furniture.
Right. Any of the favorite stories, like, same band for 20 years, right?
Yeah, same guy.
Which is extremely unusual.
Since I was about 16 or 17, yeah. It is unusual.
Who annoys you the most in it? Is there someone who annoys you the most that is this close to being thrown out all the time? Always this close?
At last, my chance. Yeah, you know, it changes. In fact, I'm strange. I've realized that I kind of ignored 2 of the members for the last 19 years. I really did. I mean, it's terrible. It's true. I just ignored them, and it's great. That's something I turned around and went, hey, you're a pretty good guy. So I've been hanging out with Kirk and Gary a bit more lately.
They must like that. Yeah, see, I would think in that band, because you did shoot off into other avenues, you did a lot of acting, you sort of had a bit more of a profile than the other guys. Did that ever present a problem for them when you would go, what I saw a movie that you did.
Dogs in Space.
Dogs in Space.
Yeah.
When you went off and did things like that, was that ever difficult for them? They thought, nah, he's leaving us behind.
Yeah, see you. I'm out of here. I don't know. I think it must be in some ways, because I think I was a friend of Andrew's. There's 3 brothers in the band. One of them was Andrew, and I was his friend that was sort of, you know, sulked around the corner, and they kind of indulged me in the beginning. And Kirk was the singer, and I slowly made my way up the little pecking order, and now I just run the show, baby.
So the first night, would you start out on tambourine?
Yeah.
And then one day you thought,
pretty
hey,
much.
I could take a whirl at this.
I'm really lousy at tambourine, but yeah, pretty much that sort of thing. And we just made my way through.
All right, so we've established that you're the good guy.
That I'm a megalomaniac.
No, you're not a megalomaniac, but you're a good guy. I saw your lovely, lovely child in the green room. She's just beautiful.
Yeah, she's great. Tiger. I love Tiger.
Her Tiger, is that her?
We call it, one of her names is Tiger Lily, yeah.
One of her names? How many names does she have?
3, I'm afraid.
What are her
She
names?
can choose one. Heavenly, Hirani, Tiger Lily.
Okay, I think she might choose Tiger Lily.
Yeah, she'll stick with that. Probably.
Did you say Heavenly?
Yeah, Heavenly.
It's a good thing she's a girl, because if she was a guy, she'd get her ass kicked.
Yeah, Sue.
Yeah, exactly. They would do something like that. In the days before then, though, here's what I'm interested in, because being a regular guy, comics, first of all, admire rock stars greatly, because we aspire to that.
That's interesting, because I think it's the other way around for me.
Is that true?
Yeah, because, because I know a lot of, I've got a lot of friends in Australia who do stand-up or comics, and they're all, well, not very well. You know, they're all very serious or disturbed, and I think that's how it all comes out. You know, it's a way of dealing with the world, and it's a bit the same for us. You know? So we have that in common.
Yeah, it is similar, but I think what we admire about rock stars is the charisma associated with it. And that we have sort of a theory in the comedy world, and I'm not sure if I can say this, but it is late at night, and that is that the world's worst bass player gets laid more than the best comedian.
Right. You know, you're probably right. Yeah. What can I say?
Because it's rarely at a show where a comic opens up for a band where the groupies are going, wow, man, you're funny.
You are so funny. Where's that bass player?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
But when did that get tiring? In the 20-year progression, when did that get tiring? That idea of just, I'm living
the comics opening? Or
no, the decadence. The decadence. The decadence.
I don't know. I've always sort of decadence. I think you have to find your own way through that. You really do. And if you become sort of some cliche sitting around a hotel room, and you know the whole groupie thing, I never got into. You know, it's I don't like all that. I'm an elitist when it comes to decadence. That's what it is.
I'm the exact same way.
Exactly. I know, and we're going to hang out tonight.
give me boxer shorts and a big bowl of
you know what I mean?
Cheetos, and I'm just...
And a pizza and...
Oh, if I had groupies. Oh. You missed an opportunity, mister.
I know, I should have just had your number back then. I could have... No, down that way.
Oh, you love him. He's my short, funny Jewish friend.
Funny guy.
Really? We're going to come back with Michael Hutchence. The album is Elegantly Wasted. Give us a call, 1-800...
It's dangerous. We're good in a barroom brawl, this band, you know.
Do you recall those days fondly, or do you not barely recall them at all? I mean, when you guys first started out and...
Yeah, no, we do. I mean, we talk about, you know, you have a million stories, and you talk about it and laugh about it and cry about it occasionally. I mean, Australia's a big place.